Welcome back to the 7th annual Toyota All-Star Showdown from Irwindale, California, and the Toyota Speedway here at Irwindale. Field rolling once again after our 10th caution of the evening. Let's go down to Jim Trado.
Hey guys, we got to give a shout out to Jeff Berkshire from Oregon. He's had a horrible luck streak here at the Showdown, whether it be the Elite Series or here in the West Series. 33rd last year, out to lunch. Today, 3 rounds in at the break has got him back in contention. They've done very little to that race car before. Again, they had to qualify an impound. So Berkshire made the gamble, qualified up in the 6th position, and that number 46 Dodge. They put 3 turns in at the halfway break. Right now, they just want to work a little bit on entry as he's charged his way through the field. Another driver to watch that has great success here at Irwindale Speedway is the 77 of Andrew Myers. In May of 2006, he won still the closest ever West Series race over Eric Holmes by winning here at this racetrack. That team had gone down a couple of laps, actually 1 lap, because they got the lucky dog before our first break at lap 100. I checked in with his crew chief. He said the ignition, the kill switch, kept cutting out on caution. They lost a lap. They replaced it at the break, and they're very happy that race car. And Andrew Myers has been making up spots 1, 2, 3 a lap now to climb into 10th and now up to 7th on the pylon on the lead lap.
Add young Eddie McDonald to the drivers that we ought to be watching as this race nears its conclusion. He is in car number 71, started in the 17th position, has worked his way up to 11th. Car started out too loose, now they got it a little bit too tight, but they got one more chance to adjust it. McDonald always very fast at this racetrack.
I really like the job Andrew Ranger from Canada has done. He's up to the 13th spot. There he is right there in the 19. He started back in the 26th spot. I talked to him yesterday. He said he was really struggling with this race car. He's done a nice job. He stayed out of trouble up in the top 15. 2-time champion in the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series.
About to get the green flag. Joey Logano on the inside of Sergio Pena. Let's see how Sergio does on the restart this time. Joey with a good jump coming out of 4. Green flag back in the air.
Joey had him cleared before they got to the start-finish line.
Eric Holmes to the inside of Sergio Pena. Let's see what he can do with Sergio now on this restart. Matt Kovaluk up into the 4th spot.
Eric Holmes looks like he's getting serious here. We'd love to get that 2nd spot away from Sergio. I don't think he's going to be able to do it.
Too strong of a race car, and Sergio is learning with every lap. Now Kovaluk to the inside of that 20 of Eric Holmes.
Sergio can drive so hard into that corner, and that car sticks.
Joey Logano, Sergio Pena, Eric Holmes, Matt Kovaluk, and Jeff Berkshire, your top 5. Jason Bowles just outside the top 5 and 6th. Paulie Haraka running in the 7th spot. Matt DiBenedetto has moved up into the 8th position.
Look at that side-by-side battle for 4th. Kovaluk on the inside, Berkshire on the outside.
Very tight racing in our top 5. Lap 154, Joey Logano. Sergio Pena 1 and 2. Again, this one going to lap 200 before we'll see our second 10-minute break.
4 wide for a minute. Matt DiBenedetto's in the middle on the inside of Paulie Haraka. Ryan Truex was down there for just a moment. There's Andrew Myers in the 77 car, the black car. And look at Truex all the way down on the bottom, 3 wide.
Saw a little smoke coming out of the 00 earlier in this race, and still a little bit of smoke.
Well, what nice steady progression Ryan Truex has made. Remember, had to change an engine, had to start at the very back of the pack and made his way up into the top 10.
2 and 3 wide around this racetrack. You see Paulie Haraki in the number 12 on the outside of that 00.
Pair of Napa cars.
It's amazing we said that at the same time.
Exactly.
They still run side by side, battling for that 7th spot. Now it's Haraka that has the advantage. Joey Logano still in front of Sergio Pena.
Sergio's been peeking to the inside. You see he's able to turn his car a little bit better through the center of the corner. That's allowed him to drive up beside Joey Logano.
Here comes Pena once again, door to door as they go down, coming out of turn 4. Right through the front stretch. Logano still with the advantage.
I'm telling you, Sergio is showing experience way beyond his years right now.
Tucks back in behind that 20. Grabs a little more racetrack up there where the banking is 12 degrees.
Matt Kobaluk has been able to wrestle that 4th spot away from Jeff Berkshire.
Top 2 have separated themselves from Eric Holmes. He's back in 3rd, and then Matt Kobaluk 4th. Berkshire's 5th. Jason Bowles in the 6th spot.
Ole Haraka right there. The 12 Napa car is 7th. Another Napa car, Ryan Truex, running 8th.
Just behind them, Myers and DiBenedetto rounding out our top 10. Here we go again for the lead. Joey Logano on the outside, and sliding is Pena once again.
I'm telling you, if they would just put the start-finish line down there in the center of 3 and 4, it'd be a whole different story.
We'd see Pena out front more. But then Logano is able to keep that momentum up and come out of turn 4. Here's Jim Englebright in the number 1, Greg Pursley in the 26, Augie Vidovich in the 50.
Augie's several laps down from that earlier incident.
Michael Self, one of the cars that had to race in from the last chance race in that 88. Good side-by-side racing back here in the field.
Augie's being shown about 9 laps down right there, 8 or 9 laps down.
Just behind that group is the 16 of Moses Smith. We saw him on pit road doing some work to the right front of that car.
He remained on the lead lap, as well as Greg Pursley. Remember, Greg Pursley had a flat tire, right rear tire, again side by side for the lead.
And again, Logano is able to pull out in front of Sergio Pena.
Put that start finish line down the center of 1 and 2, maybe.
Here he goes again. Look at the inside of that 25. Now, we have seen him make the pass by working methodical on Joey Logano.
I really think for Sergio that he needs to be in the lead for the restarts. He needs to be in the lead because I think he has a better shot of controlling the action if he's leading, and he's the one that dictates the restart. I think if you have Joey Logano on the inside, even though the outside is the preferred line, Joey is so good in the restarts that he will have an advantage.
Phil, we're learning so much about this 16-year-old tonight, and if he gets into a position where it's a green-white checker. Oh, we've got a
Ryan
problem.
Truex.
Ryan Truex in the 00 slides down the backstretch right at the entrance to pit road. We have stayed green. No caution flag as of yet. They're waiting to see if Ryan gets it going. He does, but the caution flag flies. 11th caution of the night.
Ryan will stay on the lead lap, just barely got going before Joey Logano got there, our leader.
So 11 times the caution flag has flown tonight. Most recent for Ryan Truex, it was coming out of turn number 2. Take another look.
Here's Paulie Haraka on the inside, Ryan Truex on the outside. Paulie slides up a little bit, just makes a little bit of contact as they exit turn number 2, just enough to get Ryan turned around. It's not a way to treat your Napa brother there,
Not at all. 2 Napa cars have a little contact, and you see Ryan Truex has locked the tires up.
Let's take a look from Paulie's onboard. You see him on the inside. You heard him getting the throttle, then he backed back out of the throttle because he lost the front end. Then he still slid up into Ryan Truex. Certainly inadvertent contact, but nonetheless, Ryan Truex is going to pay the price.
So the battle continues up front between Logano and Pena when we come back to Irwindale.